Have you ever finished an amazing game and thought, how did this not blow up? Yeah, the gaming world is full of injustices. Some true gems were simply ignored by the masses. Whether it was poor marketing, bad release timing, or just plain bad luck, these games had everything to be hits, but ended up forgotten on the shelves. Today, you're going to discover 10 spectacular games that were completely overlooked when it came to sales. And if you're someone who values unique, well-crafted games with soul, then this video is for you. Before we dive into this list of underrated masterpieces, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on any hidden gamer gems that most people just skip over. I'm Flip, and let's get into the video. 10th place, Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Imagine an action RPG with a cyberpunk setting, global conspiracies, and total freedom in how you approach situations, whether it's hacking, stealth, negotiation, or all-out firefights. That was Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Despite its gorgeous visuals and refined gameplay, the game was cut short in the middle of a promising trilogy by Square Enix. The result? An abrupt ending, confusing marketing, and underwhelming sales. A technical gem swallowed by the market. The game also tackled bold themes like social segregation between humans and the augmented, offering well-delivered social commentary. Its world was deeply immersive, with well-written side quests and multiple mission paths. The voice acting and soundtrack were top tier. Sadly, most people didn't buy into the concept, or maybe didn't even know it existed. Today, Mankind Divided is remembered as a missed opportunity for reasons that had nothing to do with its quality. 9th place, Alpha Protocol, a spy RPG with branching narrative where every choice changes the story. Alpha Protocol had massive potential, but was rushed to release, plagued with bugs, and featured only average visuals. Sales were low, but over time it gained cult status, was recently revived on GOG, and who knows, maybe it'll get a second chance. What really stood out was how even a single line of dialogue could completely alter the outcome of a mission. Its decision-making depth was way ahead of its time, especially for an action game. The soundtrack was subtle yet effective, enhancing that espionage vibe. It was meant to be a Mass Effect for spies, and with just a bit more polish, it could have been one of the greats of its generation. 8th place, Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Loosely inspired by Journey to the West, this post-apocalyptic adventure brought a colorful world and an emotional narrative centered around the bond between Monkey and Trip. Mixing combat, exploration, and puzzles, Enslaved was praised but ignored by the market. It sold poorly, but is still being rediscovered by players looking for stories with heart. The art direction stood out in an era dominated by gray, gritty games. Voice acting and motion capture were led by Andy Serkis, adding layers of humanity to the characters. The duo's relationship evolved from mistrust to genuine companionship, backed by a powerful soundtrack and emotional cutscenes. It's one of those games that remind you why storytelling in games matters. 7th place, Splinter Cell Blacklist. The final chapter of the Splinter Cell saga tried to modernize the franchise with multiple gameplay approaches and a robust co-op mode. But the change in voice actor and shift in tone pushed longtime fans away. While it sold decently, it fell short of expectations. Since then, Sam Fisher has gone radio silent, a cold farewell to a legendary series. Blacklist had the tools to appeal to both old and new fans, but lacked focus. Gameplay was smooth, with missions offering different playstyles. The co-op multiplayer was addictive and challenging, demanding real teamwork. Its globe-trotting missions added extra flavor. Sadly, without a clear identity, the game got lost along the way.
sixth place is Alien Isolation. If you're a horror fan, Alien Isolation is a masterpiece. A tense atmosphere, impeccable sound design, and a xenomorph with unpredictable AI. But its slow pace and stressful gameplay scared off casual players. Even though it sold fairly well, Sega expected more, and the game never got a direct sequel, to the heartbreak of its fanbase. The game felt like an interactive tribute to the original 1979 film. The Sevastopol station was meticulously designed, full of details that heightened the dread. You always felt vulnerable, with every creak and whisper keeping you on edge. It was horror that rewarded patience and smarts. Today, it's a survival horror benchmark, even if it didn't earn the commercial recognition it deserved.
Fifth place, Ryse, Son of Rome. Launched alongside the Xbox One, Ryse was a visual feast set in ancient Rome, but its repetitive gameplay worked against it. Seen more as a Crytek tech demo than a full game, it still has a loyal following asking for a deeper sequel. The cinematic, execution-based combat system was addictive at first. Its story of honor and revenge had that epic Roman appeal. The visuals and performances were jaw-dropping at launch. While the mechanics were shallow, it delivered an immersive visual experience. With deeper gameplay, it could have become a strong historical franchise. Fifth place, Ryse, Son of Rome. Launched alongside the Xbox One, Ryse was a visual feast set in ancient Rome, but its repetitive gameplay worked against it. Seen more as a Crytek tech demo than a full game, it still has a loyal following asking for a deeper sequel. The cinematic, execution-based combat system was addictive at first. Its story of honor and revenge had that epic Roman appeal. The visuals and performances were jaw-dropping at launch. While the mechanics were shallow, it delivered an immersive visual experience. With deeper gameplay, it could have become a strong historical franchise.
Fourth place, Spec Ops: The Line. What looked like a generic military shooter hid one of the boldest narratives of the decade. Inspired by Heart of Darkness, Spec Ops delivers a gut punch of a moral story. Critics loved it, but players didn't quite get it. Sales were poor, but it became a cult classic and an academic case for games as serious art. The emotional breakdown of the protagonist forced players to question their own decisions. While the gunplay was decent, the real impact came from its message. The horrors of war were shown in raw, brutal fashion. No glory, just consequences. Today, it's seen as a forgotten masterpiece of the last decade.
Third place, Titanfall 2. Perfect campaign, fast-paced multiplayer, crazy parkour, and giant mechs. Titanfall 2 had it all. But it launched between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It got crushed. Over time, fans rallied behind it, and it became a gold standard for FPS design. But commercially, it was an unfair flop. The bond between pilot Jack Cooper and his mech BT charmed even players who usually skip FPS campaigns. Mission variety and tight gameplay showed off Respawn's expertise. The multiplayer was fluid and packed with tactical possibilities. The parkour movement made everything feel so free and dynamic. It had all the right ingredients, except for release timing.
First place, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Charming characters, sharp storytelling, meaningful choices, and an epic soundtrack, Guardians of the Galaxy 2021 is one of the best superhero games ever made. But after the Avengers game flop, it was judged before it was even played. Weak early sales, but those who gave it a shot, they loved it. This one's the ultimate example of injustice in gaming. The voice acting is top-notch, and the character interactions are constant and authentic. The story balances humor and emotion perfectly. The team-based combat is dynamic and strategic. Each planet is a visual explosion with brilliant art direction. If you love strong storytelling and charismatic heroes, this is a must-play. It just needed more people to realize that at launch.
And there you have it, 10 amazing games that deserved way more love. Which one do you think was the most unfairly treated? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more gaming content that goes beyond the mainstream. I'm Flup, and I'll catch you in the next one.